Hey, how's it going? This is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 5, Premature Death. We just finished up the hidden inventory arc, and now we're going to be jumping into what is presumably the meat and potatoes, or at least the setup for that. So now we've kind of had a little bit of backstory. We're going to jump back into present day based on the title screen that we can see here, where it's 1 year later. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and just jump into it. And at the end of the episode, we'll have a more in-depth review. Like I said, I want to keep these kind of short and simple at the start. No real reason to keep these lengthy. Alrighty, let's go. I am definitely excited.
行くよ
ー。いけるね。
Testing
ー。
his
何今の
defense. Okay.
術式対象の自動選択か。
Kind of what's harmful versus
正
what's
確に言
not.
うと術式対象は俺だけど、今までマニュアルでやってたのをオートマにした。重力の強弱だけじゃなく、質量、速度、形状からも物体の危険度を選別できる。毒物なんかも選別
Okay,
でき
so
れ
he
ばいいんだ
basically
けど、
pushed himself to evolve
Yeah,
after that Toji fight,
こ
which
れ
we
な
kind
ら
of knew was
最
going to
小
happen
限のリ
anyway.
ソースで無加減呪術をほぼ出しっぱにできる。
出しっぱなんて脳が焼き切れるよ。
自己補完の範疇で反転術式も回し続ける。いつでも新鮮な脳をお届けだ。前からやってた勝因の省略は完璧。赤と青、それぞれの複数同時発動もぼちぼち。あとの課題は領域と長距離の瞬間移動かな。
サトルは最強になった。
すぐる、ちょっと痩せた。大丈夫か？
任務もすべて一人でこな
I
す。
mean, based at the end of the
翔子はもともと
Yeah,
危険な任務で外に出る
you
こと
can
は
kind
な
of
い。
see Geto really,
必然的に私も一人
really
にな
taking
る
it
ことが
hard
増
after
えた。
everything that happened. So,
ただの夏
and
バ
his
テ
whole
さ。
philosophy
Daijoubu.
around, I guess, the non-sorcerers is kind of somewhat changing. At least
その
it's
夏は
starting
忙し
to
かっ
waver.
た。
And so that's my prediction from last episode is that we're going to probably see that
昨年頻
over
発
the
した災
course,
害の
I
影
would say
響もあ
over
った
the
のだ
next
ろう。
at least a few episodes, if
無
not the
事の
entire
ように
season.
呪霊、誰のために
Like PTSD over the clapping
腹
the rest of his fucking life.
取り込む。あの日から
Yeah,
自分に
dude's squeaking. Oh, and then the transition between the shower and then the clapping. That's awesome. I love that.
サルメ。
Hey, now, I don't think you're supposed to say that.
明日の任務結構遠出なんですよ。
そうか。お土産頼むよ。
了解です。甘いのとしょっぱいのどっちがいいですか？
サトルも食べるかもしれないから甘いのかな。
You know what? That's kind of a callback to like episode 1 of
呪術
season
師や
1
っ
as
ていけそ
well,
うか。
when
辛くないか。
Gojo was obviously traveling around and he had like the
Oh,
candy
this is
or whatever they brought with him.
自分はあまり
Can't remember if it was
物事を
mochi
深
or
く
like
考えない
dango
た
or
ちなの
something.
で、自分にできる
That
こ
was
とを
some
精
sweet
一
treat.
杯頑張るのは気持ちがいいです。
君がゲトウ君？どんな女がタイプかな？
Oh lord.
で、ゲトウ君は答えてくれないのかな？
まずはあなたが答えてくださいよ。どちら様？
特級術師つくもゆきって言えばわかるかな？
Actually, a
あなた
special.
はあの
お、いいね。
Actually, a special
ど
grade.
のどの？
特急のくせに任務を全く受けず、海外をプラプラしてるろくでなしの
The。not so special special grade.
私、高専的
Or I guess
嫌い
special special grade, depending on how you look at it.
ここの人たちがやってるのは対症療法。私は原因療法がしたいの。
原因療法？
呪霊を狩るんじゃなくて、呪霊の生まれない世界を作ろうよってこと。すると呪霊の生まれない世界の作り方は2つ。1、全人類から呪力をなくす。2、全人類に呪力のコントロールを可能にさせる。1はね、結構いい線いくと思ったんだ。全員当時は呪力ゼロにもかかわらず、五感で呪霊を認識できた。呪力を完全に捨て去ることで肉体は一線を画し、逆に呪いの体制を得たんだよ彼は。まさに超人。負けたことは恥じなくていい。彼を研究したかったが振られてしまってね。惜しい人を亡くしたよ。
Such a cool
天与呪
character.
縛
I
は
wish we
サン
could
プ
see
ルも
more
少
of
ないし、
him
私
and
の
I
今
guess
の
the
本命
Zenin
は無だ
clan
ね。
and his whole
全人
story
類
and
に呪
interaction
力の
with
コン
him.
トロールを可能にさせる。
But knowing how they treat Mai, I'm assuming it's probably just like the same, where they just
も
like
ち
you
ろん術
basically
師本
useless.
人が死後呪いに転ずるのを除いてね。術師は呪力の漏出が 非術師に比べ極端に少ない。術式行使による呪力の消費量やキャパの差もあるけど、一番は流れだね。術師の呪力は本人の中をよく回る。大雑把に言ってしまうと、全人類が術師になれば呪いは生まれない。
じゃあ非術師を皆殺しにすればいいじゃないですか。
というか多分それが一番イージーだ。非術師を間引き続け、生存戦略として術師に適応してもらう。要は進化を促すの。鳥たちが翼を得たように恐怖や危機感を使ってね。だが残念ながら私はそこまで。
Kind of funny. I mean, this is not really spoilers, but it's the name of the arc after this season, which is the Colon game or Cole game.
わからないです。
I think Colon.
呪術は非術師を守るた
Very
めに
similar
あ
to
る
what
と
they
考
were saying
えて
there,
い
where
ま
he's
した。
basically inducive.
でも最近私の中で非術師の価値のようなものが揺らいでいます。弱者ゆえの尊さ。
Again with the clapping
弱者
and
ゆえ
the
の
rain
無
this
さ。
time instead of the
その分別と
shower.
授業ができなくなってしまっている。非術師を見下す自分、それを否定する自分、術師というマラソンゲーム、その果てのビジョンがあまりに曖昧で、
穴へ2級呪霊の討伐任務のはずだったのに。
くそ。
うぶしだなミシンコ。一級案件だ。
今はとにかく休め、ナナミ。任務はサトルが引き継いだ。
もうあの人一人でよくないですか。
マラソンゲーム、その果てにあるのが仲間の屍の山だとしたら。
And just calling into question kind of everything. Like, why are we doing this if not even worth it? Like, our friends are dying,
これは何で
colleagues
す
are
か？
dying, and the people who were doing it for don't even really care. They're the ones causing pretty much all the problems.
この二人は頭がおかしい。不思議な力で村人をたびたび襲うのです。
事件の原因はもう私が取り除きました。
私の孫もこの二人に殺されかけたことがあります。それはあっちが。黙りなさい化け物め。あなたたちの親もそうだった。
大嫌い。
非術師を見下す君、それを否定する君、どちらを本音にするのかは。
皆さん、一旦外に出ましょうか。
君がこれから選択するんだよ。
Dang. Well, know his path, what he chose. Also, that kind of looks like the Toby mask from Naruto. Before we obviously knew who it was, but that's kind of fine. Well, I mean, he chose his path, so.
何度も言わせるな。スグルが集落の人間を皆殺し。
聞こえてますよ。だからはっつったんだ。
いるかい？いや。
犯罪
Just
者
casually strolling up.
何かよ。
運試しってとこかな。
ふん。一応聞くけど冤罪だったりする？
ないね。残念ながら。
重ねて一応。なんで？
術師だけの世界を作るんだ。
意味わかんねえ。
子供じゃないんだ。誰でも彼でも理解してほしいとは思わないさ。
どうせ誰も理解してくれないって腐るのもそれなりに子供だと思うけど。あ、五条？ゲトいたよ。そう、新宿。やだよ、殺されたくないもん。
説明しろ。スグル。
証拠から聞いただろ。それ以上でも以下でもないさ。
だから術師以外殺すってか。親も。
親だけ特別というわけにはいかないだろう。それにもう私の家族はあの人たちだけじゃない。
んなこと聞いてね。
Oh,
意味ない殺しは
I
し
guess
ねえん
he's
じゃ
fair
なかっ
about
た
it.
のか。
It obviously doesn't change
意味はある。
whether it's right or
いい
wrong,
ね。
but
大義ですらある。
ええよ。非術師殺して術師だけの世界を作る？無理に決まってんだろ。
傲慢だな。
ああ！
君にならできるだろう。 悟る。自分にできることを人にはできやしないと言い聞かせるの。
We could see it's kind of in Gojo too, because when he was coming back after being, you know, totally euphoric about resurrecting himself pretty much,
最強だから
and
五条悟なのか。
getting the Star Plasma Vessel's body,
もし私が
we
君
obviously
にな
saw
れる
him
のなら
like, hey,
このバカげた
we could
理
just
想
kill
の
all
地
of them
に
right
足
now.
が
Like,
つく
fuck
と
it.
思わないか。
Granted, that could be a little bit more revenge based as
生き
opposed
方
to
は決めた。
going down this
あ
route.
とは自
It's
分
still
にでき
like
る
a
ことを
slippery
精
slope,
一
because
杯
like
や
once
る
you
さ。
do that, then you can easily justify anything else, any other revenge instance or anything else, as okay, well, I've already done it once and it worked out, then let me do it again.
殺したければ殺せ。
Also, you
そ
kill
れに
all
は
these
意味
people
が
to
あ
get
る。
him too, which would not be good, because you're killing non-sorcerers to take out a sorcerer. Totally going against what you're talking about. But it's interesting too, because like Geto obviously does have a point. It's like, if I was you, I could easily do it, no one would bat an eye.
聞きます。
Or if they did, I could easily stop them too. You're saying I can't do it because you're the one not doing it and you're quote unquote the strongest.
先生、俺強いよね。
生意気にもな。
でも
So does strength kind
俺
of
だけ
justify
強く
the
てもダメら
means?
しいよ。
Which,
俺
no,
が
it
使える
doesn't,
のは
but
他人に
still.
救われる準備があるやつだけだ。
万世
And
教
more
は解
clapping.
体されたはずだが。
別の団体でも根っこは同じさ。
いいだろう。
I don't think there's any meaning behind like the rhythmic change there.
よく見てなさい。揃っているな。
Also, I'm just not realizing these two girls are the ones that are with him when they come in, like with the bird or whatever. I think one of them's usually on her phone. Coming in with the bird on season 1, where might have been the movie.
お待たせしまし
Yeah,
た。
it's the movie where they come in with the bird and like kind of say like, "Hey,
今
yo,
この
what's
瞬
up?"
間からこの団体は私のものです。名前も
On
改
to
めて
everybody.
皆さんは今後私に従ってください。困りましたね。そうだ、園田さん、よろしければ壇上へ。そう、あなたです。さて、改めて猿は嫌い。私に従
Pretty sure
い。
again, you can't say that.
それが私の選んだ本音。
So,
猿ども。
okay, dude, stop. We get it.
伏黒めぐみくんだよね。
あんた誰っていうか、何その顔。
いや、そっくりだなと。で、そのお父さんなんだけど、僕が
別にあいつがどこで何してようと興味ない。何年も会ってないから顔も覚えてない。今ので話は大体分かった。積み木の母親も少し前から帰ってない。
あ、めぐみ帰ってきた。
もう俺たちは用済みで二人でよろしくやってるってことだろ。
本当に小一？まあいいや。お父さんのこと知りたくなったらいつでも聞いて。よっくらしった。そこそこ面白いと思うよ。そんじゃ本題。君はどうしたい？全員家行きたい？
積み木はどうなる？そこに行けば積み木は幸せになれるのか？それ次第だ。
ない。100% ない。それは断言できる。オッケー。あとは任せなさい。でもめぐみくんには多少無理してもらうかも。頑張ってね。強くなってよ。僕に置いていかれないくらい。
Oh, that's kind of cool that we get to see. Oh, is this the end? Okay.
五条先生。
Pretty cool that we get to see this is where Gojo's mentality started. I guess after Geto went off and kind of did something. Actually, I'll let this finish.
起きた。
Okay, so for sure now we're back to present. I thought it was the finish of the time skip earlier, but that makes more sense now.
別に。
Okay, so what I was going to say at the end there is I think it makes a lot of sense now that we have the foundation for why Gojo wanted to essentially create that core group of people, the younger generation, to actually help him out. Because obviously, although he's the strongest, like he can't do it all. He can't be everywhere and do everything all at the same time. And so with that limitation in mind, he's like, okay, I need to obviously create a team, foster the youth around me, and bring them up. All these special characters that we get to see throughout season 1, the movie, and also here so far. And yeah, and then Geto kind of going off and doing his own thing and losing that essentially they're not losing, but like the change of philosophy around how he wants to approach sorcerers and non-sorcerers, and so that being the catalyst for Gojo's change is pretty cool. And then starting off the beginning, we get to see the interactions with, what was her name, Suki again, I think it was. That was pretty cool. We get to see her take on it as well, where she's trying to fix like the cause of everything as opposed to just reacting. So she's trying to be proactive, which is definitely good. And then she obviously does say like, hey, that is the easiest way if you want to go ahead and get rid of this problem. Like you could literally just kill everybody, and that'd be an easy solution. And unfortunately, it kind of seems like that's where Geto's going based on what he did in that village. So it's a tough one because obviously, like if you take a look at your own life, if you've ever worked, say, like I don't know, in a restaurant, in the like food industry or customer service or anything like that, although like you have potentially like the good in you, that can get worn down day by day just throughout the interactions of, you know, people complaining all the time, blaming you for all their issues, even though like you may have good intentions to help them and like that's really what you care about, you can still get worn down by that. I know I've experienced that personally within like tech support or just in everyday problems where people can just be so insensitive to each other, and at a certain point you hit that break and you just say fuck it, I just don't care anymore, and then you go about, and this is kind of where like this radicalism can come from, which unfortunately in Geto's case is basically slaughtering a whole bunch of people. And although unfortunate, we do get to see the hit, or maybe not hit, what is it, the like the execution order essentially for him get put out, and obviously we get to see Gojo's disbelief with being so close to Geto, best friends, like they're both special grades, they've done so much together, and now they're basically saying like, hey, we got to kill him, like he can't come back from this. So Gojo obviously didn't take it well, both in the moment and also when talking with Geto. Like he was struggling, and you can definitely see that, which is again sad. But yeah, it's a character development. So overall, it's positive for building both sides of Gojo and Geto. So we kind of get to see that, which is awesome. And then obviously towards the end of the episode, we got to see Megumi and Gojo first meet, and we can already tell like Megumi has already got his head on. Like he's had to grow up fast. Like his father is essentially a deadbeat. The mother's now out of the picture for his sister, and so his sister is really all he has left. But he's had to again be forced to grow up rather quickly. And so his conversation with Gojo goes a little unexpected. Like if you were in Gojo's shoes talking to a kid, right? Um, but at the same time, I think Gojo respects him for that, and like he understands. Okay, he has had to grow up quick. Like he's already got his head on his shoulders, and like he's already taking into account all these different factors with both the Zenin clan, the mom going missing. He doesn't really care about his dad, like he said. Like, okay, well, if you ever want to hear more, like I can tell you about him, but that's fine. And so his main priority is obviously himself and his sister, which is commendable. Yeah, so there's just this little bit at the end here where we actually get to see that final time skip. So the first one in the beginning of the episode was just that 1 year after the whole Star Plasma killing. And now at the very end, this is back to present day. I'm assuming in the next episode or episodes, like probably 2, then we'll actually get back to full present day if there's nothing else that we have to go back and cover from this point forward. And we'll actually be able to jump into the main meat and potatoes, hopefully. If I did miss anything or you want to have a further discussion about this episode or any of the previous ones, feel free to add a comment down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to follow along for future episodes. And I'll catch you guys next time.